Man, you gadget geeks are a fickle bunch. Disclosure up front, Team Pixel sent me a little gift from Google, so let's talk about it. 2 weeks ago, I was fending off people on social media who were tripping over themselves to say how the Pixel 3a was DOA. Now that it's announced, I'm happier to see a more positive tone to the chatter about this phone. I am stupid excited about this device, precisely because it's not a phone for me. Before I get too far in, and for the folks who are already reaching for some kind of counterpoint or counter argument to the Pixel 3a, in the comments below this video, I need you to list the phones that satisfy this criteria. All right, we all got that? Before you start kicking Pokephones or Xiaomis my way, we need to split the audience of people who are enthusiasts, who maybe only care about one metric like a chipset, from folks who have a different set of needs and wants. I'm personally happy to accept the compromises of importing a phone, but my aunts and uncles aren't. There actually aren't a ton of options in the USA that meet those criteria, which means it's tough to recommend as many phones to the more frugal members of my family. My brother and sister, for example, they tend to underbuy for what they really need. I mean, they're fine on Moto Gs and Es, but I think they'd honestly like to step up to something a little nicer, especially for the camera quality. But they don't see much value for their use jumping from a $200 to $300 phone to a $900 or $1,000 phone. And that's where the Pixel 3a becomes a critical resource for those of us who do the family tech support. It fills in a worrisome gap in the mid-range. And this is precisely what we need, is more competition. When I say daily driver, this is the power most people need to make it through their day. Using other devices with mid-ranger chipsets, I'm not held back much for my daily use, and I use these things more aggressively than the folks around me. I would say since the Snapdragon 835, most folks have been forced to overbuy for what they really need. And we've moved beyond the smartphone as any kind of status symbol. So that means we need some good econo phones and mid-size sedan options. I'm not saying everyone should be on a mid-ranger. I'm not giving up my LG G8, but I genuinely shoot, edit, and render 4K video from my phone. I'm looking to see if my phone can really replace my laptop. I demand premium audio to support my expensive headphone addiction. So if you're not like me, why are we pretending $800 plus phones are the right solutions for scanning through Facebook, handling your email, taking some snapshots, and browsing the web? I'm really stoked to see a pivot here. A return to something more like the Nexus. I know Google intended for the Nexus to be a developer-focused phone, but let's not pretend that a sizable handful of consumers didn't jump on that train for a cost-effective way to get a good daily driver with direct software support from Google in a no-frills package, where I'm happy to say hello to the Pixel 3a. I need these options. I need to be able to make these recommendations, and I need more attention on these options. So Google taking this segment seriously is a nice shot in the arm. I've only just gotten this phone out of the box like about 10 minutes ago, so stay tuned for some more in-depth coverage after I've lived with it for a bit. There are plenty of videos really detailing the out-of-the-box experience. It's been really nice. And there'd be very little I could point to that would separate this phone from a phone which is significantly more expensive, just in setting it up, getting my accounts logged into, and setting up the fingerprint scanner. But I do need to spend more time with it before I go off on more in-depth coverage. I'm not about cutting reviews off of a 1-week embargo device, let alone a 1-day device. So we'll be doing the same speaker and headphone jack testing, the same camera deep dive, and the longer-term review like I would with any other phone at any other price. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to this channel, not just geeking out on a fun phone for us techies. We want to make sure our families and friends are also getting the best bang for buck they can. If you would like to help support production on those kinds of conversations, there are links below in the description, or you could consider joining this list of names scrolling by. Some really fun chats with other like-minded tech fans. It's good times. I hope you'll check it out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the Twitches, and I will catch you all on the next video.